our country, India, is one of the diverse nation. In various aspects, be it the cultural, ethnicity, or religious, or everything. But at the same time, its issues are also of the diverse in nature. In this today's discussion, I welcome you all. In this session, we are going to discuss some of the complex internal security issues of our country. Those are plaguing since long, and obviously the left-wing extremism is one of the issue, complexities and its intricacies which are really hampering the country's growth and development in various ways. So today, left-wing extremism, that is also known as the Naxalism. Recently, in the state of Bihar, where paramilitary process, especially under the Home Ministry, they declared the state of Bihar a Naxal-free state. So this is important in the news, but why it is important? That is for the GS paper 3 in the mains examination of UPSC, where internal security is specifically mentioned. So we need to have some better insight regarding this particular topic, and let us start with the discussion. First of all, looking at this diagram, a map of India, in the year 2007, we can see how the country is somewhere engulfed under the this problem of Naxalism. Famously or infamously, this particular corridor, right from Nepal's area where the revered Pashupatinath temple located in the north to south part, that is in the Tirupati. So sometimes in the media that is also referred as the red corridor, as the Tirupati to Pashupati corridor. At that extent and that stretch of the area where Naxalism is heavily in India, that can be seen. But later on, we can see as we have seen that Bihar is Naxal free now, but this journey of achieving the free of any Naxal activities in any area or state is not the easy feat that our paramilitary forces and state police have done or achieved. In the year 2013, we can see with the help of this diagram, though before that, in the year 2007, we can see the almost or nearly 30% area of geography of India affected under the Naxalism. But in the year 2013, wherein we can see that some of the areas are that is shrunk considerably, and it can be seen about 20% of the area or nearly 25% of the area infected or affected by this Naxal issue. In the year 2018, please have attention toward this map. We can see only some packets of the geographical region of the country or state where we can see these Naxal issues. So earlier we can see by this map, with the help of this map, that the area of Bihar, the West Bengal, the Chhattisgarh, the Jharkhand, part of Odisha, Telangana, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, present day Andhra Pradesh, and even up to the far south, that is up to the Tamil Nadu and some part of Karnataka, and even up to the some adjoining area of Kerala. So that issue had been very much widespread, but due to our security forces, the security establishment's intervention, we now can have the areas which are very much limited for the Naxal activities. Now, before getting to that, the Naxal, if we can have a brief idea about the brief background about the Naxal activities. The Naxalism is one of the radical ideology that inspired from the, it's in deep rooted in the socialism, but that is later on converted into the in the China. It got the new avatar that is known as the Maoism, and the Mao Zedong, one of the charismatic leader of then China's in 1940s or 50s, he raised as the charismatic leader across China, and he stated that the proletariat or labor or farmers section of the societies are the real owner of the every resources and asset of the society. So he said, famously he quoted that power comes from the barrel of gun. So he also urged the proletariat of farmers and laborers, the mass section of the society in China, that in one shoulder one should have carry the plow, and in the other shoulder that should be there should be any gun or any a weapon. So that was the approach, that was the aggressive ideology that put provided by the Mao Zedong then, and that is somehow replicated, or that is the root where Indian Naxalism, or that particular this left-wing extremism got its holding. Naxalism, in the sense that is named, or that is nomenclatured by the very first event that took place in the 1967 in the Naxalbari village of the West Bengal in the district of Darjeeling, where some people, set of some section of the farmers, they uprised, or they took a weapon, or they took the muscle power against some local landlords, against their atrocities that had been since long. So that very initial, or that very step of that raising violence means to achieve their end, known as the Naxalism in Indian form. So later on that we can see that how from that particular area of Naxalbari here in the Darjeeling district in the West Bengal, and that spread across the entire southern east part of the country. Even in the central India, it remained untouched. So that is something how it found its stronghold in Indian part. Now, why India, no, in the state of Bihar that become an Naxal free state? That is because of the long government initiatives, that is from the central government as well as the with the help of state government. As we know that police is a state subject, but when any compelling situations arises across the state or any region of the country, then there is also a window, there is also a scope to take a help of the central government, that in the sense that the paramilitary forces which are especially trained to combat these kind of violence activities, so that state police can also work with the union of the central forces. So government initiatives to the fight this left-wing extremism, that can be seen through these particular some initiatives. So very first time a Greyhound, one of the special anti-Naxal force that was raised, that was established in the 1989, and thereafter Operation Green Hunt, that was particularly in the year 2009 and 10, when massive scale deployment of the security forces was done in the all the Naxal affected areas of the India. And then aspirational district program, this is one of the program which is spearheaded by the Niti Aayog in the year 2018, where they emphasized, the Niti Aayog emphasized for the special attention towards the districts, those are there where there the various social economic backwardness, if that is there, then the Niti Aayog has that emphasized to focus for their transformation and development projects. So that is what the aspirational district program. In India, that even till date about 117 aspirational districts are there, where that kind of initiatives, developmental special focus has been given. The Samadhan doctrine, this is one of the very important doctrine to counter the or combat this Naxalism issue. That is one stop solution where a lot of things are there, lot of components where to address the left-wing extremism issue. And this is this term Samadhan having the full form or stand for the various things or various initiatives. No, before that, this is also kept in mind that while left-wing extremism could found its stronghold across the country, basically central or eastern southern part of the country, that is because of the various issues. So very first thing, that why Samadhan stand for S, that is S for smart leadership. Smart leadership, that is for the not for the only political but as well as for the administrative or local leadership, because the political apathy, the long political apathy, as well as the that is the lack of penetration of the developmental projects in these areas, so that people in the state of sense of they inculcated that state of sense of alienation from the mainstream society or developmental schemes or projects across the globe, so that they remained in the cut-off mode. Therefore, the smart leadership is to approach all the sections part of the country where even they are remotely placed or inaccessible in nature. So that is for the smart leadership, ultimately to grow the democracy, to flourish the democracy in the whole part of the country. That is one of the S for smart leadership. The second is aggressive strategy. That is how that we have seen that aspirational district program and special area focus, that is left wing strategy, is one of the key areas where government of the that view that there should be like all weather roads to access these remote areas. So that is one of the part of the aggressive strategy of the government. And then M for motivation and training, that is for the motivation and training for the not only for the security forces but for the people, those are residents of these areas or Naxal affected areas. Now actionable intelligence, that is a part of the security forces, how they can gather the intelligence and share the intelligence with each other to have a robust that information database. Then D for dashboard based, that is performance indicators there, and the key result areas, this is the way of reviewing the performance as well as the future course of action, that is D for dashboard based KPI. And H for harnessing technology, obviously technology is one of the key area and the way forward to achieve these complex issues in the better way. And technology, just for the example, like harnessing the space technology to enable the communication in the remote areas where communication is one of the key issue, where telecommunication issues as well as some of the issues like that had been like electricity distribution, even these issues are there. So technology is one of the way forward, or that is a way forward to solve these issues. Actionable plan for each theater, so that is specific to place to place. And no access to financing, and no access to financing. So every activity, economy is the backbone. So if the establishments or the government of the day, if they could achieve this checking of the financing mechanisms, those are actually help flourishing these that Naxal activities. So they can easily may achieve the goal of Naxal free state. Then one of the special initiative under Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana, that is known as the Rosani. and that is especially erstwhile that named as the Ajivika skills that launched in the year 2013. That is especially to train the youth, those are in the rural areas, particularly affected in the affected areas, and so that they cannot go into the any under influence of any brainwash that is given by or that is initiated by these Naxal leaders, so that they got ultimately the placement, they can ensure having a livelihood. So that is one of the thing, Rosini, because many a times the rural or the area people, those are residing, the youth population, sometimes get trapped into these Naxalism kind of activities, so that if anybody having a livelihood, obviously they will have the clear mind that what to do or not. So that is very important part, the Rosini initiative. Then intelligence sharing, that is again one of the key area to counter this Naxalism like issues. Now the operations, recent operations in year 2022, we have seen that Operation Octopus, that is in the area of 1 minute, in the area of adjoining area of the Operation Octopus, that is in the area of that Bura Pahar. This is the area in the Garhwa district of and Jharkhand. This is the Garhwa district is one of the junction area where we can see the in the eastern part, that is Bihar, northern part, that is UP, western part, and that is Chhattisgarh and the Jharkhand. So this area of the Jharkhand is the Garhwa district. So it is one of the junction in the placed in the tri-junction or in the 4 junctions, we can say. So this district Garhwa Pahar, whenever, since as police is one of the state subject, they are of the view that how Naxals basically they deliberately choose the areas where police having some kind of administrative issues to endeavor any of the that any operations or any anti-Naxal activities. So these Garhwa district is had been heavily that inflicted by this Naxal issue, and that's why this Bura Pahar, one of the inaccessible area where people, even general residents, even they having the massive fear to enter these areas of Bura Pahar. But recently the Operation Octopus to clear out, to eliminate the whole Naxal setups there from this Bura Pahar area. So that is under the Operation Octopus. And then Operation Double Bull, that is again in the state of Jharkhand, in the district of Lohardaga, where one of the zonal commander named Balram Urao, one of the leading or leader of the Naxal operations, who was that any arrest or any information regarding that Balram zonal commander, that is rewarding of government, have declared the reward of about 10 lakhs. So that is he arrested later on. So that is under the Operation Double Bull. And the Operation Thunderstorm, that is in the area of the southern Jharkhand, southern eastern Jharkhand, in the district of Simbhum, the Saraikela and the Khuti, Saraikela Kharso and the Khuti. So that is to clear out all the Naxal setups and their the training camps in the area of Jharkhand. And the Operation Chakrabandha, that is in the state of Bihar, where Chakrabandha, one of the infamous area in the state of Bihar, where under the Operation Chakrabandha, that is cleared out, that Naxal setups were cleared out from this particular area. So these are all the operation that is took place in the year 2020. So somewhere now that is in between the February to September. So these are the some of the key operations. Those are having the very landmark events or landmark achievements. Now we can see that even till the date that the issue of Naxalism haven't the issues that is not got any clear out or still remained in the some part of the country, like in the Chhattisgarh, in the Jharkhand, Odisha, Maharashtra, the Telangana and the Andhra Pradesh. But the amount of the progress that can be, if we try to gauge that progress, then we find that about in the recent year under these operations about 14 Naxal that cadets were neutralized. At the same time, about 592 Maoists they surrendered or they arrested under these operations and the initiative of the state police and paramilitary that establishments their initiatives under that initiative. But we can see the shrinkage that about from the 35 district in the year 2015 to 25 district in the year 2020 to 2021. So this is one of the considerable achievement we can observe. So that that is something very much light or brighter side we can see that our security establishment have achieved. With this, I thank you all for this session.